Welcome back. More Valorant coverage coming to you directly from Berlin with the Masters tournament, where we try to see what team will come out on top for the next invitational and the largest invitational on land that's happened in quite a while since we are in Reykjavik. Joined right now by the coach for Acend NBS. What's going on, man?
Hey, nice to be here.
Hey, so, first off, I want to, the biggest burning question I want to talk to you. You've been a professional in PUBG. You have played Starcraft II. You have played League of Legends. What is it about Valorant that just works that you think? You've been around the esports scene long enough. Valorant seems to just be taking off with rocket fuel. What is it that's, pushing it?
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing is Riot Games behind it. Like the most successful esports in the planet is League of Legends, and they have the experience, to make a new game as big or even bigger. Mm-hmm. And everyone knows how popular CS:GO is. So like the genre has a lot of love. Like it has a lot of people that wants it, and Riot always has its own spin. Like they make a game, it's like same genre, but it's way different. It feels way refreshing. The game is like constantly evolving, and there's so much more you can do. So I think this game is here to stay, and is here to stay as long or even longer than League, probably.
One of the other things that I really am excited about, especially that Valorant and Riot have brought together, are representatives from teams that aren't necessarily from America and Sweden. You know what I mean? Like, you're Lithuanian. I've talked to a bunch of other players from, like, you've got Turkey, you've got these smaller regions. You finally have Japan and Asia jumping into it. Like, how does it feel to see these teams that aren't just like, oh, great, another, Swedish team, another NIP team, another, team like that coming through?
Yeah, I think that it just basically shows that anyone can make it. I think it's great. I think it's really good, and I think it's just like esports as of all is evolving, and it's getting more popular in the smaller regions. Like people from smaller countries get to like play more. They get to actually see that you can make a career out of this, right? Like it's not only playing. Like I'm also a good example, right? Like I played. I managed for a bit, and then eventually I became a coach. So you can make a career out of esports as long as you put in a lot of work. If it's something you love, you can definitely make it work. And I think that like all the players from all around the world, from all different countries in Valorant right now is like the perfect example for it.
Now, like, the theme that I've really kind of come to understand for Berlin, right? Like, Reykjavik was the testing ground. That's where everybody went, and they just wanted to get the first international out of the way. It seems like the theme for this Masters is sacrifice, because there have been so many teams that have, like, had to fight and claw their way to be able to get here to be on the international stage. Take me behind the scenes for Acend. What are some of the, like, struggles that you guys have had to overcome to be able to, even be here representing today?
Yeah, talking back, let's say to Reykjavik, right? We didn't make it, and it was kind of unexpected, I think, for us and for the whole like scene. Everyone, I think, expected us to make like at least a good shot at it. But as you said, like it was a testing ground, like the format wasn't there. Like we in EMEA, we didn't have like a double elimination bracket.
That's huge, by the way, huge.
Yeah, exactly. Because like if NA didn't have it, Sentinels will also did not make, like they would not have made, and they won the whole thing though. So I'm really happy that it's evolving. It's moving definitely into the right direction. The formats got way better. They're really good right now, and yeah, like we've been improving. We've been working hard since Zeke joined our team. Mm-hmm. We've been doing even better. We play this like very adaptive style. We have like super young team as well, and yeah, I think it's the sky's the limit for us.
Yeah, I want to say Zeke and CNED both were nutty. You know what I mean? Coming through. It seems like from the team right now that Acend is that you guys like to just control. Even rounds where you're losing, you're still able to take 2-3 players out on the other side. Like who's really dictating that pressure? Is that coming from the team, or, is it just more like drilled into everybody's heads like we are going to, go down fighting no matter what here?
I mean, the control really comes from controlling the map. So, like, this is something that we've been working on since day one. Like, we never wanted to be a team that is just good aim, no brain, and you just go like rush B, rush A, or something like that. Since the very start, I've put a lot of emphasis that we need to play smart, we need to play macro. Like, as you know, as you mentioned as well, like I come from more strategy games than anything. PUBG was the only shooter I played, and it was still super strategy heavy. So like when I switched to coaching and Valorant came out, I made the switch. So like the map control is just like, it's very familiar to me. So like I think I managed to do a good job to the guys, so they understand how important it is. And I think that with their fast reads on the enemies, with all the information that we know we give to them and the information that we get from them, like our adaptation is so fast that it seems like a lot of the rounds we just have the whole map, and if the enemy gives us a little bit, we take like so much more.
Yeah, and especially like to show how well coached up this team is right now. In the second map, SMB rolled, 6 rounds in a row. A lot of times for teams, that's like goodbye. You know what I mean? Like it's just like League, right? Like you build this huge gold lead. It's really hard to come back from 6 rounds in a row. But you guys still pulled it out on map 2. What is it about this team that allows them to be so resilient? How's the IGLing? Are they just gelling right now? Like, what's the strength that allows them to hold even after, losing 6 rounds like that?
Losing streaks is really like a tough nut to crack. Even for us, like during practice, it's really hard. Like after you lose 3-4 rounds in a row, the mental gets hard. However, like I think we have one of the best probably mental coaches in the world. Like we have a very experienced mental coach, Thomas, that helps us a lot. Like he helps us tremendously, especially like when you work with these young guys, if you start working on them, on their mental, on their mindsets since like early days, I think that's now like we can see how it works. And like in this game as well, as you said, like we lost like 6 or 7 rounds in a row, but the mentality didn't get like it wasn't broken for even 1 round. Everyone stayed really cool, calm and collected, and we just kept on going with the game plan. And we made the comeback on the second half, and we won it in the end.
Excuse me. Last thing that I want to ask right here. Acend is still playing. They've still got plenty of matches coming. Do you feel like the team is peaking? Is this the time? You know what I mean? Like, is the team ready to really hit the peak at the right time and hit the gas? Like, how are you feeling going into these next couple of matches? Is the momentum there, you think?
Yes, absolutely. I think we will in Berlin.
Listen, I have faith. Acend, you guys, like you said, you weren't there for Reykjavik. This is Acend's time here in Berlin. NBS, thanks so much for taking the time to hang out with us today. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you.